Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast. If you're not familiar with Live, Build, Change, it's a movement that I have started just by my little old self. My name is Kerry Green. I'm a retired pastor, and it's a movement to encourage believers in Christ like you and like me to first of all live an authentic, genuine Christian faith that has little to do with religious practices and a lot to do with relationship with Christ. If you would like to find out more about that starting point, the live part of the Live, Build, Change, and find out the whole vision, you can go to livebuildchange.com. In this morning mindset, we've been looking at the Christmas story through the eyes of the various characters who were involved. We've looked at Mary and Joseph, the wise men, supposedly, as they're called, the shepherds. We've looked at the situation with Zechariah and his wife Elizabeth even before Jesus was conceived. And today, I want to take a little bit of a different tack. It's an approach that's going to be hard to do directly from the scriptures, but nevertheless, it is a reality that existed in that day. And it is this. Let's think about the coming of the Messiah in the Christmas story from the viewpoint of your average individual who lived in captive Judea during the time of Jesus' birth. Now, what I mean by captive Judea is that the entire region was under the domination of the Roman Empire. That's why we have people like Caesar Augustus as a part of the story. That's why we have a census being commanded as a part of the story. It's because Rome was the governing authority in that region at the time. And so the people who lived in the region where Jesus was born, the region of Galilee and Judea, were Jewish people. They were the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they had heard from the Old Testament scriptures those prophecies about their Messiah coming. And they were waiting. We saw in one of the episodes of the Morning Mindset just a few days back about Simeon and Anna. They are great examples of the type of anticipation that the people of the day had about the coming of the Messiah. But because Israel had been captive for so long, and throughout their history many times they were captive to various nations, Babylon and Assyria, two of the most prominent, now under Rome, there was this sense of political anticipation, this desire for the Messiah to come and throw off the yoke of slavery. And in my thinking, that's a very understandable belief or hope that when the Messiah comes, he will truly be the Messiah in a practical sense. And that, I think, is part of, maybe even most of, what led the people of Jesus' day to cast him aside as not the real Messiah. And I'm talking about the majority of people. Of course, he had his disciples, and he had those who were near him, who believed in him as the Messiah. But even they, at certain points, we see, thinking he's going to become this physical ruler and set up a kingdom on the earth. So what does Christmas say to us in terms of temporal, earthly blessing that comes through Jesus? Well, no doubt, Jesus brought earthly blessing to many people. There were healings, there were feedings, there were miraculous miracles done that benefited individuals. Jesus' presence that comes to us through the Christmas story indeed blesses us in this life. But if we allow the Christmas story to be only about this life and about the benefits that we can get, we're really not hearing the entire message of the Christmas story. So tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I want to talk to you tomorrow about what it must have been like to see the Messiah for who he really is for the first time in ancient Judea. Let's talk again tomorrow.